While lifting, this is our pet Reese. She is 49 pounds and she was very useful for this. When you lift, you want to make sure you lift with your knees, not to injure your back, while also lifting underneath the abdomen of the patient and supporting the chest and head to avoid injury of the back or having the pet turn to bite or try to headbutt you. For the next sections, I used my pet Bella. She was very nervous, so not very cooperative. But with this restraint, you want to make sure you support the head against the shoulder to avoid the pet from headbutting you or turning to bite you or anyone else, as well as supporting the rear end to avoid the pet from jumping up or trying to get away. For this next section, you'll need an assistant to pull the legs out from underneath the pet while you control the head and body to avoid bucking or injury. Then you will apply slight pressure on the top of the neck while holding on to the leg to support the head and keep it controlled, while also holding on to the back leg and applying outward pressure towards the hip to keep them from moving around. When using a gauze muzzle, it's very useful with a very aggressive pet because you don't have to get very close to the mouth to apply it. Then you can have the mouth under control to avoid being bit. Our patient is not aggressive and was very easy to do this with, so this was just a demonstration. Once you apply the gauze muzzle, you will then wrap it around itself and then back to around the back of the head and tied to where you can reach it without being near the mouth. When applying a nylon muzzle, the concept is the same. You want to approach from the rear so the pet does not turn to bite you. Once you've applied the muzzle, you then click it behind the head underneath the ears for easy access for removal later. This position is also very useful for things like expressing anal glands because you can control the rear while controlling the head, while another tech expresses the anal glands. There are several different types of Elizabethan collars that do get assembled differently. With this one, they click in and then you use Zonus tape to go ahead and tape it together more securely, and then use gauze to go ahead and apply it to the collar so they can't pull it off. If they do not have a collar, you can also use gauze as a collar to run through and then tie. You always want to make sure you can fit 2 fingers underneath the tie to control that it does not become too tight for the pet. At this point, they can no longer lick at things like incisions or wounds or hot spots that they should not be looking at. Restraint poles or rabies poles are very useful for pets that you can't get close to or you need to loop around and pull into an area. Once looped, the restraint pole does tighten quickly, and then it also releases very quickly, so once you have them where you need them to be, you can release them into the area and close, say, the kennel or the run to keep them confined. Our pet Bella is not super happy about the rabies pole, but she was cooperative, which was appreciated.